And we are here with a special edition of Bruins Beat. Jimmy Murphy and Joe Gill here. We're going to give you a quick hit reaction to the Boston Bruins. I think to the surprise of many, Joe, end up locking up David Pastrnak right at the buzzer, right before training camp ends. Well, they did their test the same day, and he wasn't there because he was still over in Czech Republic, but he will be there on Saturday with his team skating. And, you know, I got to say, Joe, I was shocked. I mean, I saw some tweets late night not late night, but around 7 p.m. the night before from Darren Dreger, who's very tied in, as we know, and saying he had a good feeling something might get done that night or it was going to last forever. And thankfully for the Bruins and their fans and David Pastrnak, it was the former. He signs for a 6-year deal, $6.6 million a year. It does have no movement and no trade clauses that kick in later in the contract. I believe from what Donnie Sweeney said, that would be after a potential lockout. And he also gets some bonuses that do kick in the year leading into a potential lockout. So your thoughts, which means they're lockout clad. So your thoughts on that? I think that this was a great deal for both sides, but more so a steal for the Bruins. I don't know if you're in agreement with me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Jeremy Jacobson didn't have to die on any hill, so that was good, I guess, for him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, he got paid. They said something on the radio about how Marchand mentioned like he doesn't care if he gets paid more than him, and ironically enough, he ends up getting paid more than Marchand, but not the other guys. So he actually fell in between Krejci, Bergeron, and who am I missing here? Rask.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he falls right there. It's good to have him. I mean, 6.6. I think he wanted 8. The Bruins are going to pay him 6. So it's close to being more market value in the middle. I think the Bruins won this one, right?
I think they won by a landslide. I really do. I mean, you look around at what's been going on, and yes, I know they used Philip Forsberg as a comparable, which is solid, but you look around right now and the trend that was going on, the Bruins achieved their goal here, and I think they have David Pastrnak to thank for this. I don't think the agent wanted to budge, J.P. Barry. I mean, I emailed him for a comment after, and he kind of just told the line a bit. He said,
"Well, they want their commission, right? They want their commission. I mean, they want more money.
you get more commission if you're getting $8 million. You know,
right.
He said,
exactly.
I mean, this was the quote J.P. Barry gave. He said, "We both tried very hard on longer terms, but we couldn't find the valuations to close a gap. Many contracts were analyzed on terms from 6 to 8 years. We then focused on 5 and 6, and these gaps were closer, so we worked hard on the structure. The Johnny Gaudreau deal was a very relevant deal for 6 years, as it's the highest one at that term. Tarasenko and Draisaitl more indicative of the 8-year market. You also need to consider the 7 and 8 year deals of McKinnon, Monahan, and Scheifele, all lower than this 6-year structure. Both traded off on their position. David loves being a Bruin. They love him also. He'll be free again at age 26, and he will hopefully sign another long-term deal to the Bruins." That's him saying, oh, by the way, he's going to hit UFA in the prime. And I think that's the one part where Pastrnak really won on this, is that he's going to come into that UFA stage at 26, 27 years old. And if they don't get killed in a potential lockout, you know, and things don't change that much, he's going to hit the jackpot.
I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing. He'll be a 7-8 year vet at 26 years old.
Yeah, it's great. Well, it's kind of like Bergeron, right?
Yeah, same thing with Berge. Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Coming up, I couldn't speak a
lick
of English.
I think we all got to thank David Pastrnak. I think that the gist I get from the sources I talked to is that he said to his agent, enough's enough, I want to go. And I think that whole thing about him staying in the Czech Republic till a deal was done, I think that was the agent's idea. That wasn't David Pastrnak. He just wants to play
it didn't look
hockey.
good for him. That didn't look good because it doesn't show that he wants to be a younger, if you will be, leader for these young guys coming up too. I mean, you got to keep in mind he's a 3-year vet already, 2 to 3 year vet. So they're going to look up to him and see how he's already progressed after 3 years. He's already 30 goals plus. He bulked up. He's better. As much as he got killed, I think he played. He's much better in his defensive zone than he was the year prior to. So.
And he can only get better, right? I mean, if he continues the trend he's on, he's going to I'd say after this season, if he continues the trend he's on and the work ethic he has, I think we're going to see a more complete player next year. I think there's still going to be a lot of cough-ups, a lot of not lackadaisical. That means he's lazy, but more kind of brain farts, so to speak. I think will still be there. But
yeah, inconsistent defensively.
But he's, I mean, like you just said, he's 20.
I know. No, what were we doing, Jimmy, when we were 20? Who the hell knows?
I was in the back of a pub at Amherst, Mass.
Cross-eyed, face down up at UMass Amherst.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too. I mean, if the Bruins didn't sign him and there's an extended lockout, the fans were going to kill the Bruins, absolutely kill them again with another young player. And I know we talked to Dupes a while ago how all these scenarios are a little bit different, but at the end of the day, the fans don't give a shit. They want good product on the ice. They want these young kids because you know what, you get excited with the young kids because you don't know what they can do. I mean, when Sagan came on, man, I had the biggest Woody of all time following his career, seeing how he was developing all this because he was like a second overall pick, him and Taylor Hall back and forth and all this stuff, and then we know how that ended, unfortunately. But Pastrnak, homegrown, first rounder, late first rounder, finally someone that's really hitting pay dirt for them from an offensive standpoint, gets the people up in the – as much as Marchand scores, I mean, he doesn't give you like a big a teepee in the pants like Pastrnak with his moves, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, because I think Marchand still, he has a nice snipe, but he's still a mucker,
Yeah.
So you need to have that sexy guy in the ice, not just hockey sense, but probably looking sense for the ladies. But because Yager would have probably been hanging out with him in the Czech Republic, showing him how to do Radek Kamasaki. But you know what I mean?
The Yager bomb.
The Yager bomb. God, I feel bad for him, man. I know it's another subject, but poor guy. You almost want to cry for the guy. He can't get a game.
He'll find something.
No, I'm sure he will. He'll probably find about 22 Czech Republic ladies. But anyway, no, this is good stuff. I mean, I'm getting a little hot here sitting in my car. My parking lot at work.
No worries, my friend. But listen, I think we're both
news. I'm going to eat pasta tonight to celebrate.
There we go. All right, and I think it's going to be interesting, too, to see where he plays. We continue to get indications from both Don Sweeney and head coach Bruce Cassidy yesterday, and we'll have some sound for you here, that they are going to try him out with Krejci. It looks like that's where they've got him slotted in, so it's going to be interesting to see how the lines shake out. We'll get into that more in depth and some more Bruins topics when we record our full episode of the Bruins Beat. But this was a nice little fun interval here, Joe. Getting you you're in the workday, in the middle of the workday, and we get to you talk some Bruins.
Yep, and I'm losing some calories in my sweat box.
All right, well, you go in there and cool off, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Jimmy.
All right, he's Joe Gill. I'm Jimmy Murphy. This has been a special edition of the Bruins Beat here on CLNS Media.